Fact of the day.
Fact of the day.
Hello, hi, and welcome to Fact Today with me, Mark Lotsu.
Emetophobia.
The fear of vomiting. So this is something that affects 2 to 3% of men and also affects 6 to 7% of women. So if you're in a room of 100 people, then it's more than likely between 2 and 7 of those people have this fear. And it's a fear that's not known by many people. It's a very rare fear, but it's a very real fear for those people. So the thought of someone being sick can cause extreme behaviours, and because of that, as a result of that, people don't want to they want to go flying, they don't want to be on boats, they don't want to be in confined spaces with other people, they've got agoraphobia, they don't want to go to large events where there's lots of people drinking, where there's lots of alcohol involved. It can have a huge impact on their professional life and their jobs and promotions, simply because they feel very anxious to the point where it's actual fear of either themselves being sick, and they can become worried about thinking that they're going to be sick, and that can make them feel like they're going to be sick, or fear of seeing other people being sick or seeing sick itself. They are usually underweight or close to being anorexic simply because they feel they have to massively restrict their diet, because obviously if you're eating too much food, there's a chance you're going to be sick. If there are stomach bugs going around, they don't want to go out, they don't want to be around people that are ill, just in case it makes them feel like they're going to be sick or they think they could be sick. So what causes it? Well, it's thought to be caused by any number of different conditions. Extreme vomiting when you're a child, so repeated vomiting when you're a child, or even abuse, or through a traumatic event, seeing somebody being sick, or seeing somebody ill or pregnant or who's an alcoholic and they're being sick as a result of that. So Dr. Angela Davidson and her colleagues conducted experiments, and they found that people that have emetophobia are more likely to have an internal locus of control. What does that mean? That means that they like to be in control of all situations, and if they're in a situation, they like to feel like they're in control. So if they're going to be sick, or if they are sick, then they have that feeling of not being in control, and so they have a fear of that. The opposite, of course, is an external locus of control. That's where you accept that some things are out of your control and you have no control in certain situations. So the easiest way of finding out if you have emetophobia is self-assessment. How do you feel about being sick? How do you feel about seeing other people being sick? Is it something you think, oh, I don't really like that? Or is it a genuine deep hatred, deep fear of that event? What can be done about it? You can have systematic behaviour therapy, you can have psychotherapy, you can take medication for anxiety, you can take medication for to try and calm your gastrointestinal environment down, or there's exposure treatment. Exposure treatment, if you haven't guessed it, it's where you're exposed to either recordings of people being sick, actual sick itself, or people being sick, to try to help you overcome the fear of it. But that's not guaranteed, and in some cases it can cause you to relapse. That's just a seagull. So that is emetophobia, fear of vomiting. Thanks for watching. Love you, bye, love you, bye, love you, bye. Emetophobia, emetophobia, emetophobic.